I mean, now you see me, right? Maybe you think like, oh, I'm very healthy, like whatever, right? But like back in 2018 when I first consulted, right? Like I was in a very bad place, lah. Health-wise, really terrible, like bedridden. My neck, my skin was so bad that like my neck is swollen. I cannot move my head. Many months of suffering. To have this kind of support to understand the deeper issues, what's going on, really like not to fight anymore, not to fight like against my own self. I don't know where I would be if I didn't have that kind of support, lah. Yeah. Hi, my name is Ashton. I currently work at this youth tech startup called River Valley Irregulars. I'm helping them do marketing, building community, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's a startup. There are only 4 of us. So the co-founder is, I guess I'm part of the founding team kind of also, because actually we only started last year. So we are 1 year old. But before that, I was working for the government. And then with some encouragement from external people, like kind of understanding myself better, knowing that actually I'm more of a creative person, working with ideas is more suited to me, then that's when I kind of pivoted to join this tech startup. So I studied overseas. I did uni in the US. Interestingly, it's like I feel like when you go overseas, then you get connected a bit more with your cultural roots. I think I started learning a bit more about like feng shui and like bazi and all these kind of like cultural things that to do with like Chinese culture. Yeah, so I guess that's when my interest started a bit. For this kind of thing, maybe as young people, sometimes you doubt, right? You're like, how sure, bro? Like, give you my birth time, then suddenly can know everything already, man. Like, that kind of thing. I think I did have a bit of that doubt at first. But then once I started learning, it's like, wow, you cannot turn back already. Because how can it be so accurate? You are just surprised that someone else can say all these things. Because it's some things that actually you are not even aware of until someone else says. So for example, like, when it comes to like romantic relationships, he said something which was, you are always putting others before yourself. You are not taking care of your needs in these kinds of relationships. Once he said that, it's like, oh, actually, yeah, like, even I myself was not so aware because it's like so 自动. You have been like this for so long that it's a blind spot. You never see. So then when someone else who, come in and it's like, yeah, actually it seems like, you tend to put others before yourself, and that in the end, like that could be like cause certain like issues in the relationship and stuff like that. So I think that's like one example that I remember that kind of helped me change my own perspective. So for me, when I came back to Singapore from the US, it was kind of like a bit difficult lah. Starting work, I think for everyone, starting full-time work is difficult, So I think I was struggling a bit with at work. Health-wise also kind of like, actually I took a big hit health-wise when I came back to Singapore. I think that was why I also started like seeking alternative, like digging deeper into this other kind of stuff. Yeah. The book did talk about health specifically. For me, it's really about stress-related immune system problems. So when you come to take care of it, you cannot just say, oh, just put moisturizer or just put whatever cream. It's like you have to change your lifestyle, reduce your stress, take care of your whole health, eat better, that kind of stuff. It also talks about like your like favorable elements and that kind of stuff, and your unfavorable elements and how to like help that lah. So I think that was also helpful for me to read. It's like wood and earth are like my unfavorable elements. So then there are certain things you can do to go and pull lah, like go and support like, things like meditation, like gardening. Like I actually started practicing, yeah, and I think it's helped me a lot. I think it's really good because it's like a holistic approach, like because this Bazi book talks about all aspects of life, like your food, your body, your meditation, mindfulness, like spiritual like stuff. Then it's like once you start to understand and go and do all these little things, then overall after that your life improves lah. In 2021, the book said that it's possible that I will have a minor surgery. So then I went for like full body health checkup lah. And what happened was that they actually found a lump, and I really had to go for a minor surgery. So thankfully they checked it's not cancerous. The lump was not cancerous. If it remained there, they might cause problems later on. Yeah, so then I was really like, wow, chills, man. Like luckily, like I read this, like I can like go and resolve this problem lah. Because if not, who knows down the line later grow bigger or what. 2020, another thing the pastor said was like, oh, this year may have conflict with juniors. And that year really, in the end I got one intern, like an intern came in who's like more junior than me. For some reason, just cannot get along. It was really frustrating, I think, that experience. When I go back to the pastor book and I see, I'm like, okay, you know what, actually, this is what it is, you have to accept it. So I feel less overwhelmed, I feel able to handle the situation better. And once you start learning, it's an ancient art. People have been studying Bazi thousands of years. The scientific method is like, you observe, if it's true. We cannot just discredit these kind of things just because Western science haven't proved it yet. I realized that the world is so much bigger, right, than what we know. You think that there's only one right answer. You think that we already know everything in the universe. But the more I grow older, the more I see the world. And I feel like this is one realm that is something that can open a lot more for you to understand yourself, the world, to help other people. I think that's what kind of like made me feel that connection and want to like pursue it a bit more. This is my most prized possession, especially because of the year-on-year analysis, right? Definitely you will go back to it every single year. Before the new year starts, you will go and see like what's the blueprint for the next year and stuff like. The book is kind of broken down into like, the first part is like about yourself, then about your wealth, about your romance, about all these different aspects of your life. You can see I put all these tabs, like, oh yeah, all these important parts, like let me put the tabs, then I can go revisit at different stages of your life, right? I got this, I think, 2019, 2018. Now when I reread it again in a new context, there's new wisdom that comes out. In 2019, when I read this part, I felt like, I'm not so sure. But then now it's like, wow, this has really come true. It's like an affirmation for myself every time I read it. Okay, so one part I said, not good at business, investments also cannot. Then shag. So at first, I think when I first read it when I was younger, I was like disappointed lah, right? On the flip side, it does say things like, you are very good at ideas. You can make money from ideas, This is your possible career path. Then I realized that you just face the truth. The truth is I'm not good at business. And that's okay. My strength is ideas. So what I need is just to find a business partner, right? Who can help me with that aspect. We can combine our strengths to do it. So even though I was disappointed at first, in the end now I find that, okay it just helps to make sure that you can go on the right path, right? Instead of die want to try to do business, then keep failing, Like the book is very straightforward. It doesn't beat around the bush. It doesn't say, don't feel bad. It's no. It's just like this. Just be aware. It's okay. Yeah. So I think that awareness helps to reach the point of acceptance. So this year, right, at the end of last year, I was like, okay, let me look at my this year. What's up for me? And then it said like, oh, travel is in the air. Traveling is expected. So guess where I'm going next month? No, I'm moving to New Zealand next month. So I have a visa for 1 year. So I'm gonna move there for 1 year lah. So I'll work remotely from there.
What do you like most about him?
I think he's very knowledgeable and I really appreciate the wisdom that he offers. Even though I said he's like very straightforward, right? He still somehow is able to be so reassuring. When I go to him with any like issues, he's very supportive, he's very personable. I feel that he's always there for me when I need any kind of support. I would say if you have an interest, just go for it. Just try it out and see for yourself. If it's good, then pursue it. If you try it out and it's not for you, that's also okay. Because I think for me, I've personally benefited so much that I think that like other people out there should also see what it's about. I mean, I've seen for myself how it's made a difference in my life, how much it has helped me. And if other people can be supported in this way, I think it'll be amazing. Yeah.